Anyone
can be underrated. As fuck.
You are now tuning into the latest episode of the Underrated as Fuck podcast.
Hosted by the one and only Bliss.
And you already know, Mighty Zay.
Welcome to episode 26 of the Underrated AF podcast. As you can see already, we got a special guest. He goes by the name of Arze Rellim.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, sir. Thank you for driving all the way over here to be on the pod. I know that.
Yeah, good.
I know you live kind of far, right?
Far as fuck.
So yeah, this is exciting. I should have had this dude on a while ago, but it's just perfect timing because, heard from a little birdie that he might have a project dropping pretty soon.
That's true. Been cooking it for a minute, but I'm excited to get it going. I wanted to promote a little bit more on the media side of things and not just kind of sneak it in there. So
yes, sir.
I think it's worth the listen a little bit.
Hard. We'll definitely get into it because, lucky me, I'm honored to have already heard it. So,
that's true.
Hard. So we'll get into that. But first, before we get into anything else, you already know we're going to get into some music news. Okay, so I know Arze did because he told me already. Mighty, did you hear the Eminem album?
No.
Oh my God, I'm dead. We have a job to do on this podcast.
Fight music.
We got some shit to play you on this.
I'm ready.
So Arze, give me your. I'll give my review of it,
right.
whatever, in a minute. But give me your overall concluding thoughts of this old Eminem album.
Right. And by old, you mean this one that just came out, right? 2024.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Well, old Eminem. This is like Grandpa Eminem.
I was gonna say. So, I'm not an M guy, but I do like a lot of his old school stuff. And I feel like, even though I haven't been listening, you hear a little bit snippets and whatnot.
Yeah.
He's been writing a lot of mainstream, and it's just not particularly my style. But I heard this, and like you just said, there was some old M, and it kind of surprised me to hear that, because that's the shit I fuck with when Eminem comes out with something.
Even the intro, as soon as I played the intro, I was like, this kind of sounding like 20-year-old M right now. I'm like, what's going on?
The production, the flow, just the gritty, nitty Eminem. I actually kind of liked it, and I'm not typically going for M like that, even though he's a great rapper.
And you're pretty familiar with his discography, as much as you don't really ride with him, like you said.
I was gonna say I don't listen to M like that, except there's definitely his most popular older songs, a little bit from that era, like the Detroit M, the still gritty M.
Yeah.
I'm not as familiar with all of his work, but just stuff from that area.
So if you were gonna give the album a rating, what would you give it?
If you give it a 10, that's like your.
I'm gonna give it a 10. I'm gonna give it a 10 because it's not 10 for M. 10 for M, not grand scale, but for M, I'm gonna give it a 10 because it's.
So on a scale from 1 to Eminem, you're gonna give it a 10.
Yes.
Hard. Okay, I like that answer. Okay, now on a scale from 1 to all the artists in the industry, what would you give them?
6 or a 7.
Okay.
Because it's banging
That makes
still, and
sense.
you got to
That makes
give
sense.
credit, but it's just not my particular taste.
Yeah.
So I can't.
I like that you
off.
still gave the flowers to the fact that it might not be your kind of music, but you still seen the potential. Or
it's worth mentioning because M's a dope artist.
Right,
Even if it's not my style, he's still a dope artist, and you got to give him credit.
So, I mean, I asked you already. You heard the song Toby, remember, right? With the Big Sean.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the and Houdini. You heard those two tracks, right?
Kind of remember Houdini, kind of don't.
Are we talking about the M album?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't look at the track list.
the
I just
names
put
you
the
were just
album
playing
on, and I
them,
was just
bro.
skipping through it on the way here.
I think Toby was the one with Big Sean, and they're talking about being a goat. What else did
It
he
was
have?
it was Big Sean and Baby Tron.
Baby Tron.
Baby Trump. I need to reference this. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, go for it.
Baby
But
Trump.
okay, so I know did we get a rating from you already or not? Remember I asked you based on the 2 songs that you heard. I was like, what would you kind of rate?
That's like watching 10 minutes of a movie and being like, how'd you think of that movie?
Yeah, so based on the small sample size that you listen to, what would you what's your vibe at least? Don't rate it, just give me your vibes.
I would check it out.
It's definitely worth a listen.
Everything's always worth a listen because I listen to everything.
No,
I listen to everything.
I got like halfway through it.
How many? Damn, 19 songs.
Yeah,
on
that's
it?
what I'm saying.
It
I
has
got
a group of songs on there. Yeah,
I think.
he really
I got
killed
things to
Slim
do.
Shady, don't you know what I'm saying?
I don't even think I got to Houdini. I think I got to like
busy.
10. Because I remember the one with JID. That was tough. And then I think this is when I started like getting up out of here. So I changed it.
Yeah,
to
10's
some
around
So,
kind of like around the same.
Let me give it
Like,
the
that's a
Bliss
lot.
review, the Bliss rating. So should I give the rating first or like kind of the review first?
review.
Always review. Yeah,
Okay, so the review. Let's hit the review. I kind of posted a little bit on my story.
Right.
I listened to the whole thing, track by track. I'm a big fan of Eminem all the way back to.
You listened to every song the whole way through?
I listened to
You
everything.
didn't skim it?
I mean, if there was something that I was like, I would pass it, but I did listen to it. You know what I'm saying? I gave it the Bliss rating. You know what I'm saying? But there wasn't a lot of songs that I did skip.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I kind of was listening to lyrics also.
Right.
Because, he's really controversial. And if he says something, it's going to be
it's just-
quoted out.
Yeah.
All this stuff. Okay. So, like I was saying, I'm a big fan of Eminem since the Eminem Show, since Recovery.
Right.
The Cold Wind Blows, Cinderella Man. Like, those were my shit at the time, right? I'm going to give this album a 7.3.
Where's the .3 come from?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's technical as fuck.
The 0.3 is
I
coming
like,
from. So it's not. It's not just 3.3 points that I'm just gonna give it. But there was 2 songs on there that I could see myself really playing on repeat. You know what I'm saying? Like 2 songs that I was really I was feeling the beat, feeling everything about it, and just like it might be like coincidental, but those 2 songs were emotional and about his daughter. And they were
That makes sense.
It was literally the third to last song and then the very last song. So I don't think you even got to them.
Probably not.
No, I don't think so.
I could picture it though. He writes about that a lot, so I could only imagine.
But literally
it's
in the
similar.
beginning of the first one, he says, "This one's for Haley for when I'm gone."
A reference to his old ass.
So,
Okay.
So this is like basically him writing her a letter after he's dead, kind of thing. And I thought like that really hit me because I have a 5-year-old daughter, right? And
You got a long time left, my boy.
hey, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, 7.3 for M.
Right.
I can't say this is my favorite album, but I will give the respects to, I think he hit his peak maybe like 2010. You know what I'm saying? Somewhere around there. And I think he's just riding that rap wave.
I mean, well, he's already done what he's supposed to do for the industry. You know what I mean? So this is just extra.
This
you know
is
what I
just
mean?
like fan
This is
service-y
like
or
this
not?
is like Fast 23. You know what I mean? Fast and Furious
my-
23. Like, you know what I mean?
Fast 13.
Yeah.
I'm-
Like, so you can watch it. It'll still be cool, but like,
Bend
you know what I
on
mean?
this shit.
Right.
Right.
so
still gotta give it dope.
So would you recommend it though? People listen to it?
I would
Check it out?
recommend, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Even if you don't like M, I would say give it a listen because
I think I would say the same thing
Feel
though.
that.
I would say the same thing.
Yeah.
Like if you're a rap like fan or hip hop fan in general, I think you definitely got to show your respects and then listen to it and just appreciate that it's coming from a goat because
Right.
he is actually listening to that album. It actually got me to go replay some of the older albums and just really
Yeah, I feel that.
reminisce and
Kind of indulge into it.
it was cool. It was a cool moment to indulge in some of the old Modern Warfare 1, Modern Warfare 2 vibes. Whenever I hear older music, I always think about me playing fucking video games.
50 Cent.
And it's just good vibes, good retro Bliss vibes. I'm making myself sound old, but I'm not that old.
Nah.
Old is a mindset. What you talking about?
Right.
Okay, so
Whoa.
Old is a mindset. You could be 80s years old and still running circles around a bunch of
Copy.
I could feel that a little bit. Like you said 80 and still running around?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm talking about running circles around the 20-year-olds. I've seen it. I ain't playing.
So that's the M talk conversation. Did you want to add anything?
Nah.
No,
I think we covered it.
What about you, Zay? Are you here? How about this? You just give us are you excited to listen to it, or is it kind of gonna be like, I'll play it?
I'm going to check it out
Fair.
while at work. So I'm going to be...
While working your ass off for this fight coming up.
Yes. So with that being said, I will be listening to it with an open ear and with no expectations. So it'll just be completely, fully listening. All right, cool.
mindset.
Like, yeah, you know what I mean? No expectations, just listening.
Hard. And then next week we'll get like a little update.
We'll see.
Fire.
Oh, then I'm gonna ask you next week. Be like, bro, did you play that? You'd be like,
Hey, did you watch that fight?
all right, y'all. So the next music thing we're gonna talk about, which is gonna be the last, because there's not a whole lot going on that's super significant. It's gonna be this Snot album, and I'll be the first to talk about it. And I'm gonna say I was genuinely surprised.
I was surprised about the rating you gave me.
I'm a fan, and this might be album of the month for me right now.
Really?
You didn't say that.
Yes, I did.
You said album of the year.
No, I said it is definitely album of the month, and depending on how the year goes, could be a contender for album of the year. That's what I said.
I was
Of
just
all
like,
time.
Oh, and definitely no, not of all time.
Okay.
Not of all time. So I'm getting
No, I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. Not of all time. Out of all the artists dropping this year, you're saying it's got a
depending
run
on how it goes, because I know Drake is still gonna drop. I know Travis Scott's
Right.
gonna
It's
drop.
always shit.
ASAP Rocky's gonna drop. You know what I'm saying? Like there's
That I'm hyped for. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
yo, Rihanna might drop. Like there's some
drop
albums.
another baby, goddamn.
There's some albums coming. But as of right now, I already told y'all that J. Cole Might Delete Later is my current
Is
album of the year.
that's the album where every title had like punctuation marks
Yeah,
in
yeah.
between the shit?
Did it?
Wabbits, yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. Hunting Wabbits.
95
Talking Out
South, Let
Tears.
Go My Hand. Okay, yeah.
Pricey.
I fucked with that one. I like that
Pricey.
one.
And it was like a random album that he just dropped. Like getting ready because he's gonna drop the off season.
Is he actually gonna drop that this year though?
Hey, that's what he's talking about, and I trust the guy. He hasn't done us dirty, so he's working on a big album. But as far as this album, Might Delete Later, that's my current.
He did delete that song though.
What song?
That one song to Kendrick.
Well, I don't know.
He really
about-
deleted it. Like
Which one?
Trying to play that on Spotify right now.
He took it off.
Yeah, it's gone.
Oh, he said Might Delete Later.
So he really was just like,
That was the song title or that was the album title?
I can't think of the name
No,
of the actual title of the
The
song.
name of the song was like 7-Minute Drill. Or
yeah,
something
boom,
like
7-minute drill.
that, where he
It's
dissed
gone.
Kendrick. He put it
I
at the
heard
very.
about it. I didn't hear the song.
It wasn't bad.
I
It
don't
was
care.
I was
I
like,
love
oh,
Cole.
that's
I
cool.
love Kendrick. I'm not getting in the mix. I'm not having an opinion on that.
Okay, so Might Delete Later is my current album of the year.
Fire.
Cool. All I was saying about Snot, let's give some context. I heard this album at 6 a.m. in the morning with both of my earbuds in at work. And I played it from the first song to the last song. And yes, there was a couple songs that I did have to skip because not every album is perfect. But
Right.
what I have to say about this album, it's not for everybody. But when I looked at the whole project, when I took the beats, when I took his lyrics, when I took his whole vibe into consideration, this is a project. A project.
So
know what
you
I'm
would say
saying?
this is a pro doing pro things.
Yes. So, and what I'm trying to get across is like, I'm not really like a death metal fan, right? But if I heard something and it was sounding good, had a good like, story behind it, had the good theme of the album, I would still give it its props. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, yeah,
I'm
at
not
the end of
gonna
the day, yeah.
diss it
I'm not a
because
hater.
It's not my kind of music, right?
Right.
But it's not death metal, by the way. You heard it, right?
I heard it.
Yeah, so if you're a fan of Snot, this is definitely going to be an album that you're going to enjoy. I'm going to say that. And this is my current album of the month. And I give it album of the month because Lupe Fiasco dropped, remember?
That's my favorite album in the month.
Okay. Continue. I'll think of it. It'll come.
Lupe Fiasco dropped Samurai. And that album of the
That
week, that
goes
was my
hard.
album of the week.
Bigfoot. Was that a song on it? Or is
That
that some
sounds
old
familiar.
shit?
No, that sounds familiar.
What did the album cover look like? Like a watercolor?
A
Like
Samurai.
Yeah, like a watercolor, like him and Samurai, like out.
That's fire. I heard one song from that album.
It's like a
It was
Japanese
fire.
aesthetic.
It surprised me because I haven't heard from Lupe Fiasco in a minute.
In a long time. And he...
Boom.
I
It just dropped him. Good
I'm
shit.
not really familiar with Lupe, and when he dropped it, I was surprised too. That was my album of the week at the time. You know what I'm saying? It's I would still give it album of the week.
I'm giving album of the month. Yeah, that's it right here.
Yeah.
That's it. Yo, that's a good album, dude.
Yeah.
That's
hard.
a good
That's
album.
hard.
That-
Number one headband wearer.
but yeah, did you heard Snot, right? Let me
Yeah.
get your take on it. Did you listen to it like actually,
skim
or
through that
you
shit.
skim through it?
So
Okay.
yeah, lyrics I can't even talk about because I just had to skim through it. I'm not a fan of Snot. I've heard Snot. I'm sure on like features with other people that I
Right.
like to listen to. He's kind of got that.
A repertoire.
I don't even know how to explain his style of music. Just that underground kind of
The first song,
Grittiness and a little bit, yeah.
the first song I heard by him was called Doja Cat or Doja or something like that, and it gave me a big Suicide Boys vibe.
Right. He's
But when I heard this album, it totally took me somewhere else. But go ahead.
because I'm not a fan of that type of music. I think it just like I don't know. Everything kind of sounded the same. And you with stuff like that, like the beats can sound good. The instrumental can please you, but I don't know. I feel like
So there was.
wasn't my taste.
So you didn't
Yeah,
find
that's
any
fair.
replay value. And
Not for me.
and so you didn't find a song that you were like, no, but this one I had to like sit and really indulge in.
I would say, if you think I should, go back and give it a little more of a thoughtful listen.
I haven't listened. That's why I was
played
asking.
it.
I
Oh,
don't-
you haven't heard it?
Nah.
I don't know if I would give you that advice because if it's not your kind of music, I don't know if listening to it.
It is a little
again-
slow paced.
Just okay. Let me put it to you like this: without focusing on the lyrics, just skimming through the album on the way here, not looking at titles or nothing like that. Every song had
The same vibe.
the same vibe, the same
Feel
feel,
that.
same tempo, same damn near the same.
I think I would say that too, but I think
think
I
you
would.
showed me 3
I would
songs.
say it in a more optimistic way because it is an album.
it is
But I'm not trying to say
well
that it's,
produced.
that your opinion's wrong though. You know what I
Very
mean?
well could be.
No. If
I
it's-
feel bad I feel bad speaking on it because I'm so
Like you just
not
went right through it.
interested in
Right.
it. Yeah,
right.
like
I feel that.
he's
my
just not
opinion
your
isn't
type of
valid in a sense.
artist.
Right.
No, that's fair. Then this is why this conversation is dope because we are getting like a feedback from somebody that may not be interested in them. So this
Right.
this is important and I think valuable feedback too. You know what I mean? Because there's gonna be a lot of people that listen to the album and be like, "Yo, ours had a freaking point right here. Shut this shit off." Like, you know
I
what I
hate
mean?
talking about it because I'm sure Snot is an artist to be respected, and I'm
Oh,
sure
yeah,
he's
well,
got
there's
other
always
dope
respect,
shit.
I mean, yeah.
I know for a fact I've heard him feature on shit that was fire.
Right. Right.
So I can't be like, oh, Snot's not good. It's just
Right.
this album. It just seemed like,
just didn't sit right with you. That's all.
yeah, it seemed like a fine-tuned vibe overall.
You know what's kind of funny? When I initially heard it, I was like, "Yo, this kid like did something." And then when I was trying to play Zay songs later, I don't know if it was the current situation or me trying to show somebody something, but it did sound less.
No, I think it was the replay value. You played it once, you got a really good vibe from it.
But
And you
when
played it twice, and it was like,
I tested that theory this morning. I played it again,
Right.
and I liked it just as much as I did the first time.
so you got to be isolated
good.
to like.
But
it.
I didn't like it when I was listening to it with Jose. I don't know.
Yeah.
You know the songs you play with a bunch of people?
Yeah.
You kind of want
Okay.
a different energy.
Okay.
That's a big thing. Yeah.
In that sense, I like to call it like a radio song, like something that's just got a good sound that you could bump, right? Like if I'm in a car full of people, I'm not gonna play some deep shit.
Yeah.
Right.
'cause
I'm
you
gonna
have
play
to be in
some
that
shit
vibe
that's a
to-
little
yeah.
more of that background music, and in that sense, like I said, I think it was well produced, even if it's not my type of shit.
Right.
It was
Right.
well produced, but
It sounded
it's
good.
background music to me. It's got more of a vibe and a bounce than it does like any
Elevated type
type
thing.
of significance.
Definitely would not hear this in like a party or something. Like
Or
that's
that
for me. Like I
specifically.
wouldn't hear it like in a party.
I didn't listen to the lyrics, so I can't like fully speak on it. But that is exactly the kind of shit that I would expect to hear in a party because everybody's talking
I'm dead.
and not listening to
okay,
the
I can
lyrics.
feel
They're
that
just
a little
feeling
bit. I
the
can
beat. They're moving their head. They're not so much focused on the lyrics.
It's
Right.
that one song that comes out, we're like, what the fuck is this? Yeah, like, no.
Who the f-
Take that shit. No, just like,
So okay, so maybe I think we got to the bottom of like a little bit of something right here. I think maybe if you're not such a because me, the only song I ever heard by Snot was that Doja Cat song. So I went into this album not really having an idea about Snot, which is why it caught me a little off guard because I think initially I was like, oh, he's just some like artist, you know, like I don't know. But then dropping this with his label and like, oh, okay, like he's something.
so
but-
you appreciated the value in how he put it together. more than the actual
You know what?
music itself.
Now that you say that, maybe I was kind of looking at it from
The consistency
an
of how he put it
artist
together.
point of view, or like
Not a listener.
rating it as if I was somebody that would have produced it too. You know what I'm saying? And kind of giving it that angle. Like, oh wow, he picked a good beat right here, and this is like mastered well. Like, I don't know,
Right.
maybe I came from that point of view too. But I think this is an album that you got to listen to on your own. I wouldn't say this is like something you would like show a crowd and like, yo, check out this new song.
Would you say that it's lyrical?
I would say so. I would say so. Like it definitely had depth to the lyrics. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna say he was out there rapping like a bunch of bars. He's a rapper, but I think he was trying to hit a little bit more of a maybe an R&B-ish XXX kind of vibe.
It just kind of seemed like a heartbreak album in a way.
I would agree with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like, which is not bad, but you got to be in that right vibe to really feel that music. Like, you know what I mean? If I just broke up with my girl and then all of a sudden this came on, I'd be like, oh, let me listen to that.
Dead.
You know
I've
what I
been
mean?
with my girl for 7 years.
Sorry for you.
Well,
I'll
yeah.
give it
So
a second listen.
Yeah.
So
I'll check it out.
I would just say to listen to it, and then my rating, if I'm gonna be honest and give it a solid rating, I'm gonna give it an 8.5. Let's leave it. I'm gonna leave it at an 8.5, only because in a group setting when I tried to show my homie some shit, it didn't hit the same way. That's why it's getting an 8.5.
Okay.
So 6.
But when I heard it in my earphones, hearing the bass,
That
hearing
matters.
the beats,
Yeah, no, for real.
Especially coming from someone like you who masters,
Yeah.
bro,
you know.
yeah,
you appreciate
in the car, I promise you, it did not hit as hard. And it could be because in my girl's Kia, you know, it's just the stock speakers,
Right.
you know. But
None of that Harman Kardon shit.
dude, in
Yeah.
my AirPod Pros, that sounded good. That album sounded good. But yeah, that's 8.5. Snot.
Wait, but you
Okay.
said good. 8.5 is great.
It's a B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If on a scale of percentage, 85%.
I think great would have been more of like a 9.2. That if to add clarity to my rating scale.
I feel like in the 9s is excellent.
I give it a B. All right. And then you're gonna give it maybe another playthrough just to check it out real quick,
Yeah, I'm gonna say I'll give it like a
just to validate.
5 right now.
Okay.
Like it has potential. I'll update you.
And that's
Right,
with
right,
skipping it on the way here.
That was like I'm talking about. I didn't listen to anything other than just vibe. Okay, vibe, got that one. Like I'm talking about skip, move the playlist thing to
I'm
like the
dead.
middle of the
Move them
song.
out the middle, yeah.
Okay, skip. Let me hear
I'm
another one
seeing
just
it.
to get like a
Yeah.
general idea. But yeah, I really like. I think if you say it's got some depth to it, I'll listen to it again.
I like that.
Listen to it.
Don't
actually.
listen to it on purpose though. Like if you ever just have some time and you could put on some headphones to check it out, I think that might be the vibe. Because if you just put it on blast and try to like vibe to it, I don't know. I'm trying to like give this guy some props and like try to give you the best scenario to hear it because I liked it alone. You know what I mean? And I,
Facts.
like,
I do think like I need to be sat back on the couch, headphones on, not bobbing and weaving on the
maybe
freeway.
high as
Yeah.
fuck. No,
High
I'm just
as
kidding.
dead.
All right, y'all. So, anything else about Snot real quick, or were you over this?
To be continued.
To be continued. We'll give a little update
Coming
next
back
week.
to that
TBD.
topic.
I'm gonna make him listen to everything. All right, y'all.
True, you
So
got catching up to
Yeah,
me. At
we
least I skimmed through this shit.
we're gonna get into. Yeah, I'm dead. We're gonna get into the most underrated part of this pod. Y'all ready? All right, y'all. So my guy Arze Rellim, I didn't even know the dude, and I hit him up to be on one of my songs because I heard a song by him, and I was like, I need this on my
slapping,
album.
yeah.
And just to clarify, this album I called Underrated AF.
That's facts.
And if I
Go ahead.
if I was gonna call it that, I was gonna make sure to live by it and do the best I could to find, you know, within my
reasoning.
Oh, yeah, I could go message futuristic and he could be like, nah, it's gonna be 2000. Like, no, but I did my best to find.
Futuristic is a dope dude, by the way.
Yeah.
I got to meet him.
I seen a picture with you
Yeah.
and him.
He's cool.
But yeah, underrated as fuck. As soon as I heard this guy, I had to shoot him a message and be like, yo, you want to jump on a track?
And I was with it.
Since then, yeah.
Long story short, we're here. We did a video.
I was
Album's
just gonna
out.
say, even that music video
The
was
song
hard.
did
Hell
pretty
yeah.
good. You know what I'm saying? And
I think that was my first music video too,
Word.
for real?
if I remember
no.
correctly.
No, you had something, didn't you?
Don't think so.
Little clip. It might have been clips.
I might have
That's
had
my
no,
little
because
clips.
what I had was like iPhone portrait style reels outside.
Oh,
just
okay,
raw,
I got
like,
you.
It
Like
wasn't
with somebody
nothing like
following
that,
you
no
kind of
camera.
thing?
Yeah, it was just like
feel that.
super.
So that was your first
Low
video,
budget.
for real?
That's hard.
So yeah,
Have you had one since? I don't think so. Huh?
I was in futuristic music video, which wasn't my video,
I didn't
but
even know that.
yeah,
I'm dead.
I got
We gotta check that out.
Apple Pay, I think was the song that he was doing. I don't know if he's dropped it yet. But so I did that and got a little more practice, just kind of
that's
with
hard,
the
yeah.
structure. And then I've shot some reels, but other than that, haven't been in nothing. Hopefully, I was shooting some reels the other day, so we're
Right.
trying to get a music video coming. I'm gonna save a topic for later. I'm gonna save something.
Right.
I have some news. So.
Yo, I will
Yeah, I
say, if you don't make some goddamn music videos to this little project you might be coming out with, I'm gonna be disappointed because there is some hard shit coming up.
I appreciate it. I will also be disappointed.
And a little off topic, but if you ever needed me to help you get a video guy, let me know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
100% will.
hard. So okay, we're gonna like take it way back for a second.
Okay.
Were you born in Arizona or were you born out of state?
I was born out of state. However, I grew up here. I would
So
consider this.
so
home.
this is home for you.
Yeah, this is my
Okay.
homies, everything like that.
The next
everything.
important thing that a lot of people like to know: where did you go to high school?
For what it's worth, I went to Shadow Mountain for like 9 months.
What do you mean for what it's worth?
Well, because
Because it was a short time there.
It was just I've never been a scholar. I ended up dropping out when I was 15. So like literally, I think freshman year,
Yeah.
I left high school. But I did
Like,
go to
yeah,
Shadow.
no, it's nothing.
Shout out to everybody that I went to Shadow with, because that was honestly some of the
Elmer
coolest
dead.
shit.
Oh, I feel that.
I got my high school experience.
Yeah.
It was tight.
There you go. So that's where it's coming from. For what it's worth. For what it's worth.
For what
you
it's
said
worth,
Shadow?
I was there for Shadow Mountain.
Shadow
It's
Mountain. Oh,
up
okay.
north.
Yo, that's a hard ass name. For
Yeah, I was
high
just saying,
school.
right when he said that, I was
It's
like,
tight. I think
was the mascot?
Mike Bibby coached there basketball.
Word.
So a lot of people know it for
Yeah.
that. It's right next to Shea Middle School. I don't know if they did anything, but probably not. It's middle school.
So okay, so I
Shade,
mean, not
yeah,
a
shade.
lot there with the high school, but shout out Shadow Mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah, shout out Shadow Mountain. And I mean, you don't have to answer this. You could just claim, not even claim, but represent like Phoenix or something. But like, what would you say that you kind of put on more for a certain city, or is it just Arizona?
I put on, well, lately I've been trying to put on for AZ. I think I need to be a lot more in touch with my roots. I put on a lot for New York as well. A lot of family back east and shit.
right.
Let's let's talk about that.
Yeah.
I had a lot of people telling me, why is that dude wearing a Brooklyn shirt in the video, which
So-
isn't even a big deal. I was like, yo, that's what he wants to wear. Chill. Like, but
Were they really mad about that?
no, not mad. Just more of like oh, yo, this guy's dope, but why is he wearing like the New York shirt? Like, you know what I mean? Like that kind of
It
thing.
became like the signature Lil Easy look. My old stage
Yeah, I feel
name was,
that,
and
yeah.
so I would always have the Yankee cap and some like Brooklyn or Yankee apparel, and it just became like the signature look. So I'd always
What's
be
your
rocking some-
connection to New York, though, real quick?
Just family,
Family?
and the love for like the culture out there and the
I got
artists
you.
that came up.
Was
out
that where
there.
you were born?
No, that's classified information.
Okay,
Hey, it's
I feel that.
irrelevant.
I feel that. No, yeah, I feel
it's
that.
not deep.
It's
just-
all good because I'm a Patriots fan. And have I ever been to Boston? No. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So no, I got nothing to say about that. But there are people that would be like, oh, well, he's claiming Arizona. You know, like, you know what I mean? Like, why isn't he repping Cardinals? Or there's just
Fuck
weird,
that.
weird people that would.
Weird Arizona.
I'm not a
names.
sports guy. I rep the Yankee because I like the hat. I rep the Brooklyn jersey.
The
'cause I
shirt
like the
is
Brooklyn
hard.
dope
jersey.
logo.
That Brooklyn
Yeah.
shirt is hard.
Showing
Yeah, I'll
love for
give it
my
that.
people and my culture out there, but like,
So it seems like it might be a coincidence, but a lot of the guests that we bring on here seem to be more. instead of kind of like trying to claim a city, they seem to be a lot more like, yo, I'm doing this for my home, for my Arizona. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm getting that vibe from you too.
Because it's hard for me to claim a city being not from, but just having no real, like, this is the most grew up here type of situation, represent Arizona type of situation. But I have family and friends from all over. You know what I mean? So it'd be kind of unfair in a way for me to be like, oh, I'm going to go represent this, or I'm going to represent that. Or, like, I could represent AZ. I love AZ. I grew up here. But how's my family from back east going to feel about that? If I'm
like,
big Arizona, everyone else is
so
from there. You know what I mean?
Right.
I could represent there, but I'm here.
Right,
I'm not from there. So it's kind of like, I don't know. I represent me. I represent you and Zay.
That's how it should be.
And the homies that I make music with and the
that.
people around me. I represent wherever I'm at. Whoever's rocking.
And like what I led with on that question was it might be a coincidence, right? But it's seeming to be like, I mean, I don't always make the best decisions, right, when it comes to people. But I will say a lot of the guests and stuff that I've tried to bring on, there's some similar, like, maybe like moral compass going on. You know what I mean? Like you were just saying that
The reasons.
that you represent me, you represent Zay. Like,
Right.
it's just cool and like validating to me that I got somebody else on that like wants to do it for the people. It's not really like, oh, if you come down to Glendale, you know what I'm saying, you got to check in with, you know what I mean? Like, I try to stay as far away from that as possible, not gonna lie.
Yeah, no.
And it's funny because I'll even see some stuff about Mesa. You know what I mean? About these rappers like claiming Mesa. And I'm just sitting here on whatever street I'm on in Mesa, right? Like, damn.
Right?
Like, am I like
Goons and
intruding
shit.
on these guys?
Yeah.
Like, you know, are they gonna see me as like competition out here just because I'm trying to make a wave, you know? Out here?
Right.
It's just funny, but I do really appreciate that I surround myself with like-minded people that are doing it for Arizona, because at the end of the day, it wasn't like that at first, but I'm really riding with the state. You know what I mean, I'm here for it all.
I'm not, the biggest thing is like, I'm not trying to put nothing on the map for real. Like, I'm just trying to shine. I just want
to put out. That's it.
I just want to
Just
express,
show
'cause
what you
music,
got.
I got a love for music. So I like to love what I do and do what I do, and the people around me, I want them to either benefit from that or to love me for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I just...
And it shows. I think it shows.
Thank you.
And okay, so leading into the music right there, we got to dig into a picture that I've seen. I've seen it before.
A picture
It's
of
a
me?
picture of you, I think, in some sort
Some
of
shit I don't know about.
in some sort of room with Futuristic.
Yeah, that was a music video.
Oh, hard. Okay. Oh, nice.
We did a little photo shoot. They sent me pictures. I was like, tight.
Hard, yeah. Post.
So could you give us some details on that? How did you get? Because some people would call that an opportunity, you know, because being with an artist that's as, you know, reputable.
This
as
is
him.
something I forgot to say on the last subject, and I think it's really important that it gets mentioned.
I'm dead.
Does he
He's
look like my cousin?
from another mother. Man.
Nah. One of the most important things to me is, like, I feel like without you, I'm nothing. Without, for example, my boy Quincy Scott, he's the whole reason I was sitting there with music, right?
Oh,
Without
nice.
Quincy, I'm nothing, right? Without you, I'm nothing. Without Zeth, shout out Vibes by Zeth, fucking best engineer I've ever worked with.
Shout out Seth in Chicago.
Seth in Chicago, I'm nothing. You know what I mean? So, like, the way I see it, like, I was able to sit down in a room with Futuristic, who I would have never been able to even bat eyes with in person if it wasn't for the people I had around me, kind of elevating me.
Right.
You represent the people always helping you elevate.
Right.
Yeah.
Just like you, I mean, we're shining on this podcast right now without your support.
So the way you got into that opportunity, that's what I was kind of going to try to get into.
Quincy.
It wasn't like an application to be an extra.
It was
right?
literally
it was
just being around the right people.
at the right time.
Literally.
Wow, nice.
Hit me up, you trying to come to the music video? Hell yeah.
The prophecy
Hard.
to life.
I didn't
That's
even know
hard.
who it was, and then he was like, check this out. And I was like, oh, hell yeah. Okay.
Yeah, hard, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the thing we're not talking about too is that the type of person you are and the clear like care and like actual love you have for the music shows.
Dedication.
That's why I fuck with you.
I appreciate
You know what I mean?
What's
Like
up?
I don't hang out with you all the time. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, I don't really know you on that personal basis, but I could see like how you roll, kind of thing. You know, and I
Right.
respect that. And
Thank you.
that's why I fuck
That's
with
hard.
you.
That's good looks.
What's up?
And so that was the extent of that interaction.
That was it.
I needed some clarification because it was dope. I seen the pic and I was like, yo, hard. He's hanging out with Futuristic. Like, that's pretty cool.
Right. I mean, almost all the opportunities I've had have been from my support group, whether that be you or Quincy. I mean, if you even just take a look at my media profile, right? You see that music video, you see me at a show, right?
Right.
Hard.
You're going to see me on a podcast. That's you.
Hard.
That shows you. That music video is with Quincy. You see that reel? That was Quincy's manager shooting me a
Right,
video.
right.
Like, I got a big
That
support
reel,
group.
was that you with the
beautiful, beautiful.
Shiesty
Yeah.
mask?
Yeah.
Is that how you say that?
Shiesty.
Shiesty. Hard.
Right.
That was right there. You were showing off some new music, weren't you? Or no?
You want to touch on that?
Yeah, we could dabble real quick.
Okay. With Quincy Scott, I got a song coming out. It's called Gotham. We've got a little bit of bigger plans for it. We're gonna be probably shooting like a short film. No
A
promises.
short
or-
film.
It's a long ass.
Now this is some good quality music talk that we're
what I
having
mean?
right here.
So it started off just how it usually does, right? You're writing to something, you know who'd be dope on this? Okay, let me send it to Quincy. Quincy, all right, bet. We got in the studio, we recorded, whatever, months go by. His manager's talking about like, yo, we don't need just a music video for this. We need like a short film. Like it's a long song, so not only do we need to keep the engagement in there, but also it's a deserving song. It's a dope ass
Feel
storyline.
that. Feel that.
We need a
He
short
saw
film.
the potential in it.
He saw the potential. He's like, look, this is a story. We need to tell it, not just show it. You know what I
Right,
mean? We
okay.
can't just film the music video. We got to actually.
Really
So
do this. Yeah.
Gotham, is that just like a spur of the moment kind of single thing, or is this attached to something bigger?
Simply a single. It's the way I would
Hard.
see it. As far as like discography goes, simply just a single. I would say it is a new beginning though.
A
Like
new
just
beginning.
A new beginning into the sense of like I kind of fell off for like a year. Kind of had to take a step
He
back.
thinks he
and-
fell off.
I didn't fall off. That's not what I meant. I just mean like I
comeback.
had to take a step back and focus on some other things and
Yeah.
take a step away from the music. And for me, Gotham, like it was the first time I had been to the studio in probably like a year or two.
In whatever
reignited that
after
fire.
you
Yeah,
like were
an
kind of
actual
not
studio,
active or
not
whatever.
at my house. Just
Right.
like it was the first time I had got the ball rolling on shit. The first time I stood behind a camera in a minute. You know what I mean? So just getting the ball rolling. That's what it was attached to. It's like
That's
new
hard.
beginnings.
Yeah.
The new
finally.
beginnings are really cool because in order to get to that new beginning, you had to have just gone through some life and some growth.
Right.
You gain
Whatever it
perspective.
is, experience. It could be good, it could be bad, but I really think sometimes that brings out the best in artists when they have a moment to experience life,
Right.
and then they
Right.
come back with that new perspective. You know what I mean? Those
Just
new
new motivation.
experiences.
Right.
And I will say from whatever I've listened to, whatever I've heard, I think I feel that perspective you're coming back with, and it sounds like you got like a fire under your ass. Not even gonna lie,
Motivated.
I've got a fire under my ass with no way out. Cause right now, like given like currently, I'm bumping like I've been bumping like I said a lot of that J. Cole, some of that older shit. Really, just a lot of things trying to like motivate me, and I've got all this motivation, hence a fire under my ass. Except I've got like I don't know if it's a writer's block or just like the beats I'm putting out. Like I'm not really feeling them, but like
Right.
I've got this fire, and I'm just like trying to push it through a direction. And right now, I'm still trying to like pave the way. But like I said, new beginnings.
you know when you can hear somebody like them talk or their voice while they're singing and stuff, and you can kind of feel where they're coming from. You know what I mean? Like,
That's the goal.
You can tell if they're motivated. You can tell if they're like over it.
Right.
You know, you can
That
feel the
is exactly
energy.
what I aspire to create. I don't want you to hear. Let me phrase it like this. I don't want you to hear a song that I make that has some depth to it and you can't hear
Feel
the
it.
emotion.
Yeah.
So does it? So when you're sitting down writing, you said something about having like a writer's block. What's that? Because I would say differently from what I've seen, but coming
Well-
from you, what does that mean exactly?
I'm a very, very picky person when it comes to instrumentals, which is the biggest part of it, I think, and it's just something I'm gonna have to get over. Like I could write on top of anything, but to actually sit down and like, you know, when you hear that one track and you grab the notes, you lock in, your head's bobbing, you just like
It like
You just
matches
feel
your
it.
frequency
Yeah.
almost. Like
it takes like, I'm so picky when it comes to hearing something that's just gonna like lock me in. And so that's really it. It's not even a writer's block. It's like a motivation block caused by an instrumental block.
so.
Can't
so
find that to get
I
that
can't
motivation.
find that. Boom. There
Right.
it is.
it
There's
might
the fire.
even be like, I mean, we could even be optimistic with it and just say that you're actually very motivated to write, but it's got to be to the right beat. You know, that kind of thing. Like
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Like I've got that fire under my ass, but I need the outlet, and it's hard for me to catch on to an instrumental.
so when you say writer's block, it's more like
Motivation.
these producers kind of got to step up their game.
Because
Like
I
the
have
beat maker.
always been, like I was saying earlier, like a YouTube beat type of person. So sometimes I'll sit down at my desk and just click, 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 and like within the first few seconds, like I don't even have to give that shit a chance. I could just be like, yeah, I'm not fucking tired. And then I'll hear something, and like the first two notes, I'll be like,
Good,
that's
no,
it.
yeah.
That's
yeah.
the fucking
A lot of what you're saying, I'm relating to right now, and I'm enjoying
it
hearing.
sparks,
this.
dude. It gets you going, and that's the thing is like I've got so much motivation to write and create music, but I'm lacking that like, okay, there it is. Like I need to hear that instrumental.
Hey,
that gets
dude,
me going.
I'll be going through beats from beat makers that have 2,000 beats, and I'm just clicking through them because kind of like what you said right now.
Right.
If I don't feel that beat in the first half a second, you know, literally
you'll know.
from the
Yeah.
first note
It's
that
in it,
plays,
it's in it.
nah.
And it sucks because it's not that they're bad beats.
Oh, it's
Like
just not for
top
you.
producers, I'm
Sick.
hearing shit, and I'm like, you know what? I can appreciate the production. First note didn't.
Not
Right.
for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that single that you just mentioned, the Gotham,
Right.
is that your next release, or was this just kind of a sneak peek to it's gonna come out at some point?
It was really just like an honorable mention at this point. Cause
Okay, I got you.
It's probably gonna be a minute.
Yeah.
Soon, within the year's time, maybe. I honestly don't know.
It's
But
okay though, because when it
Sooner
drops,
rather than later, bro.
Right.
when it drops, you made it clear already that it's got more substance to it than just a random song. Like you guys
Right.
you're investing into this one, whether
It's
it be
tight.
money, whatever it is, right? Like video.
Yeah, money, video, actors.
That's exciting.
props.
I'm excited to hear it. Like whenever I see
I'm
something,
excited to see this
Yeah.
shit.
when I see a post and this says a little easy, and then on the bottom it says something about Gotham and it has Batman or something.
Fuck you.
I don't know. Like, I don't even know if it's about Batman, but Gotham, right? You said.
No, I was just like a reference. The way I name songs, I'll have like a line in the song where I say some shit. I'll be like, all right,
Kind of
that
go
one,
right. Yeah.
Hard. So, but when I see something that says Gotham, I'm gonna be like, I'll take a second, stop what I'm doing, checking that shit out.
Appreciate that.
Full focus.
I'm gonna be doing the same thing. It's kind of crazy because it's not up to me. Quincy's got a management team, and so at this point, it's like wherever they are in the process, they text me. They'll be like, "Yo, be here. We're gonna get footage. Yo, find somebody to play this and that."
Yo,
Like,
shout out Quincy, because
shout out Quincy for real. If you're watching this, I love you, bro. No diddy.
I met him very like
Briefly
quick,
at
like
the show,
briefly
yeah.
at the show, but I mean, I trust you from
You're
everything Arze has to say about the dude. He sounds like a great dude. Like
Me
sounded
and
like
Quincy grew up together. Like that's my brother. Aside from the music shit, he's like a brother to me.
oh nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
So this wasn't like a
Childhood, yeah.
hey, you want to feature, and then now you guys are like
No. This is like my guy. Grew up.
some like real life stuff.
Yeah. But
Hard.
as far as the music goes, he's been honestly some of my biggest support and motivation. Just like I said with
Oh, it's
you with the
beautiful.
shows and the podcast,
Yeah.
and like he really helps
Hard.
me out. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out Quincy.
Shout out Quincy.
Okay, so great that we came into this music topic because I want to know when was the first, or walk me through the first song you ever did. If you can remember that. If you don't,
can't.
then we could think about something else.
Walk
me through that first track you laid down.
That'd be dope.
Laid down or wrote?
The first track you recorded.
Okay.
You recorded, yes.
So it was called California State of Mind. You know how Nas has like New York State of Mind, and I think even J. Cole has a New York State of Mind, or
Yeah,
Something
you're right.
like
I
that.
think you're right, yeah.
and I had from the opposite side a Cali State of Mind. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And it was probably dog shit, honestly. It was probably because I remember I want to say like 10 or 11 years old, and I lived in a not so great place at the time where a lot of the, like, I don't know, I didn't really have anything but music. And it's funny because we were talking about recording situations earlier, and I was in the bathroom with like a little wooden stool, and I'm sitting on the toilet. It was like an old ass Dell Latitude, like this
No
thick.
way,
And I was
That's
running the
hard.
Audacity and like the $27 Amazon mic, and I just had the shit plugged in on Audacity, and I didn't know nothing about punching in or anything for like probably years after I started making music. And so I was just in the bathroom holding this mic in my hand, sitting on the toilet, laying down one full-length track vocals on top
All
of
at
this,
once?
like, yeah, just like because I didn't know how to punch in.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Shit.
Yeah.
So you just
And,
hit record and then went.
I'll have to find it. If I find
You
it,
actually have it for real?
I've got the laptop still.
Hard.
I've never gotten rid of a laptop, so if I can get that thing to turn on, I'll post it.
I think my interest
I think
into
people really
listening,
appreciate that.
Yeah.
my interest in hearing that would be pretty high because the music that you're putting out now, I would say lyrically, beat selection, it's hard. You know what I mean? So I would be very curious on how your first song was. You know what I mean? Like
I'll spoil it for you.
I'm
It's
just
fucking
like,
terrible, but
like it would be really cool because I'll get to see where you came from as far
Right.
as your skill. You know what I mean? Like,
Facts.
as far as
You know right away. You know what I mean?
right.
and your voice,
Which is really cool.
over time would change, and your flow, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like all that would be wild to hear. I'm gonna show you my first song. When
Yeah?
we're done with this, I'll show you how.
Oh shit! I'm excited for that.
It's all right. You know what I'm saying? He likes it, but you know what I'm saying?
It's hard at the time when it
How
first.
old were you when you made it?
Not gonna lie, the first song I ever recorded and put out was 2013. So literally not that long ago, when I was like 18.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
Yeah,
better
somewhere.
than 11.
somewhere
that's for
somewhere
sure.
around. Yeah, that's like not
Balls done
even
dropping
barely
shit.
over 10 years, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was already. It's funny because we could dig into me for a slight second. I finished high school, didn't know what I wanted to do, so I went to a music school to learn about music theory, engineering, all that
Really?
stuff. So initially, I didn't think I could rap, but I joined the school because I wanted to be a part of music. You know what I mean?
That's far. I
And then
understand.
it's funny because it turned out, after I started recording artists and stuff, it turned out I was like, I
wouldn't
think
do
I
this.
can make something better than this guy.
yeah.
You know what I mean? And there it was. I was like, I'm going to start writing something. And yeah, so I guess technically I went from an engineer to the artist.
It's always good to have like the back and forth. Like I've
Right,
always made
right.
beats when I'm not feeling the artistry too much. I'll sit back and make beats. Or
Yo.
if the homies want to punch in, like let
Yo,
them.
hot
Chop
take.
on in, you know
I
what
didn't
I'm
even
saying?
know you make beats.
That's
Hot take.
it's not how I started, but yeah, I think I got FL Studio when I was in like 4th grade. Started
Nice.
cooking
I didn't
dog
even
shit
know
and
that.
got better
That's
from there,
hard.
yeah.
That's hard.
That
yeah.
adds to your like resume or
Your
being an
character,
artist.
You know what I mean?
Appreciate
People
that.
look at that a lot. Like if you're just an artist, okay, cool, you know, hard. If you're an artist that's an engineer that makes beats too, then they start comparing to
Right.
this is crazy, right? But like then they start comparing
That
you to
Drake.
like Kanye. You know, oh, this fool makes
Kanye's
his own
dope,
beats
yeah.
and he raps on them and he, you know what I
I've
mean?
never, well, not never, but rarely do I rap on my own beats. That's the
Oh,
only
for
thing.
real?
That's the only place where I don't make the connection. I'm still YouTube beating.
Yo, I have a piano in upstairs in the room, and I really want to get into making beats, but I don't have the time.
You have like a controller, like an Akai or something like
yeah,
that?
it's called an Arturia,
have to look
something
at
like that. But it's a piano with a bunch of pads on it.
Oh, fire.
faders.
That's all
Yeah.
you need. That's all I have. I have a Akai, the fuck is it? Like a MPK Mini. I forget if that's the keyboard or the beat pad, but I just got like the beat pad. It's like a 4x4, and then it's got, I think, like 8 controllers on it that I can route to my mixer.
It's a
track,
controller like that though.
but it's a
similar,
small little
pretty
thing
similar.
like this. Just plug it into my laptop. That's all.
Be good to go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hard. Yo, so you know, where could everybody buy your beats? No, I'm just kidding. I don't
I
know.
was
if you
saying,
do
I
that.
I've thought about opening up a BeatStars, but you got to pay for that shit. And honestly,
You gotta pay for that? I didn't know
so
that.
you have to like kind of like renting the web space a little bit.
That makes sense.
So honestly, if you want a beat, just hit me the fuck up.
Bet.
Give you a beat.
Okay.
Honestly, They're
Okay.
sitting in the folder.
Hard.
Yo, easy.
Yo, you gotta show me some of those beats. You know?
I got you. I'll send you some.
So this is a really important question. It might just be a quick answer for you. I don't know, but where did it come from, and is there a backstory behind your artist name? Arze
Yes.
Rellim.
Ooh. Okay. So in a nutshell, I'm gonna summarize for you.
Okay.
Lil Easy was the OG, double OG, like as old as it
Go-to.
gets.
I
Yeah,
think
right.
you did mention that to me before. Yeah.
Easy was my nickname growing up.
Easy.
And because I started rapping in like 3rd grade, everyone was
Easy.
And you
Lil
make it
something.
look easy?
Everyone was Lil something. Yeah, I get jokes like that all the time. Oh, you do this? No, literally, they called me Easy because my real name's Ezra, Easy R.A. And so they would always go, yo, Easy.
Yeah.
And
I
so
feel that.
I just
That's
spelled
hard.
it EASY because I didn't really like just the EZ. Because people would say Ez. That's not how I roll.
Yeah.
So easy. But yeah, so and of course everyone when I was in 3rd grade was Lil something. And so I just put Lil Easy and it stuck. It stuck for the rest of my motherfucking life.
Hard.
And it's tight, but the reason I changed it to Arze Rellim or Arze Rellim, I don't even really know how I'm supposed to pronounce it, but it's my name spelled backwards. And the reason I did that is because when you Google that, I'm the only thing that comes up. When you Google Lil Easy, everybody and their mama comes up.
I'm dead. Yeah. No, you're
Easy
right.
E,
Actually,
son, all that shit. And
as far as the marketing purposes goes, I think you made a great
Right.
decision. there.
Yeah.
right, and it's hard because like even like in theory it should be Arze Rellim if it's the same amount of syllables in my name, but you say Arze and that's also like technically correct because like how
Hey,
it doesn't
you could correct me though. I thought it was ours. Just
I-
by
I
I
looking
thought
at
it was too. I used to say that
I
shit, and then
Arze.
I was like, you know what? It should be the amount of syllables that are in my
Arze,
name.
you know
Ezra,
what I'm saying?
Arze, right? But the issue
That makes
is,
sense actually.
It does
'cause
make sense
that
when you think
Ezra,
about
you
it.
say the E.
Ezra.
So when you
Right.
just put it backwards, it makes sense to do the Arze.
right. Except countless times have people been like, how the fuck do you say his name? Like,
You know what's funny?
Lil
That,
Easy, no question.
that
about
can be
shit.
like a fun little controversial thing to where maybe you
Split the fans.
you're
no,
super
this,
famous.
that.
You're super
Yeah.
famous, right? And then
Yeah.
somebody asks you, you're like, "Oh yeah, how do you say?" Or you correct them. They're like, "Oh, so where did you get Arze Rellim from?" Well, I got Arze Rellim.
Yeah.
that would be
Right.
a hell of a topic because they'll be like, "What?
That's true.
I've been saying this shit
Yeah.
wrong the whole time."
That's the thing is I've been saying it wrong technically because I started off saying ours, and then Arze made more sense, and so I was like, you know, yeah, that does.
Let's
make
go
more
with the French version. I like the French version.
sense. Which
Arze.
Arze, yeah. I can-
No, but I could do both. What do you like?
let's go Arze. I
Arze.
think we'll make it
Oh.
official Arze.
I like that.
Rellim.
Ooh, official right here. Boom.
Official right here.
I know you like that.
It's
What's your-
our Zay. You know what I'm
What's your
saying?
first name? Zay.
We hard.
Hilarious. Yeah.
So Arze Rellim. Was there anything else you wanted to touch on with your name right there, real quick?
That's really it.
That's a hot take, though.
I've gone back and forth, and I think now, I mean, for marketing and legitimacy purposes, titles, things like that, Arze Rellim is what it's got to be for originality and just.
I just really think that sounds really good, though. Like,
It
it's
does
really hard
sound
to
good.
create
On paperwork.
something.
That's what I like it, but I
Yeah.
will always and never not be a little easy.
Yeah,
It's
for that.
just-
For
it's-
that. It's who you are.
Dude,
That's
who
me.
you are. Literally.
The the Arze Rellim. That's you don't come around names as like that very often. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's.
It's a double S.
I,
Genuine,
think
yeah.
I think you
It's
got
really cool.
something going on right there. For real.
appreciate
And
it.
and then I like how you still have the little easy. Like
Right.
if you really know you know,
Right,
then
right.
it's easy. You know, I like and talking about easy. We want to get into that or no? Real quick. They don't know yet. They don't know
They
yet.
don't know yet.
What's happening?
I am honored to be able to talk about this. I'm not really sure if the world knows, but my guy Arze Rellim has an album called Easy coming out pretty soon.
It's in the name.
Let us know what's going on with the album.
So, in summary, it's a very important project to me. Reason being, really, is just because after I had took a very long break from making music,
Right.
I kind of needed to put together an apology letter, if you call it. Now, I mean, nothing specifically about the album is an apology, but it's kind of like, okay, I've been gone for a minute. I've been keeping these tracks in the vault. Like, I need something that I can shock people with so I can keep moving forward. Because a year, I was out this shit for about a year. In a year's time, that's a long period of development. For
And like
people
from you, I can relate. Like a year is a long time.
Right.
from my point of view, I promise you have nothing to worry about.
Oh,
And
no.
I'm super excited.
Where my
Right.
perspective on it really is just being gone for a year. I really need to come back with some top tier shit so I could keep making better stuff.
Slam it, exactly.
Because you hear
Push the
me a
envelope.
year ago, right? I might not be as developed. You hear what I'm writing down now, it might be a lot better. So really, not only is the album very meaningful to me, but it's also like a, hey, let me show you what this is. Stay tuned. I'm gonna be working on some more shit, but let me put this out there for you. You know what I mean? So
Like that.
So, when's the time frame of release? Can you put a date on it?
put a date on it. Honestly, I think that's up to the people. I think it's up.
If the people say next month, what you doing?
Drop it next month.
Ooh.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm dead. If the people say
That's hard.
I want to make sure
Tuesday after this episode drops,
I'll fucking drop it. It's ready. It's ready. Not every song
That's
has
hard.
been fully mastered, but if you say Tuesday, it's dropping Tuesday, master or not. You know what I mean?
hard.
My goal with bringing it to the media and talking about it beforehand, before I release it, is just to make sure it's worth something. Make sure
got
it
you.
doesn't go
makes
unnoticed.
sense.
That
Right.
way, kind of like an introduction. Is my way of saying, hey, I've got this project for you. Like I said, I'm gonna be working on some more stuff, but like I don't want it to go unnoticed. I think a lot of people flaws is that kind of, in my own flaw as well. Like I mentioned to you
Right.
earlier, is I'm just kind of sneaking albums in. I'll come out, I'll post an album, I'll put it on my story.
Drop
and
and
maybe
dip.
some people, drop and dip. Some
Yeah.
people listen, some people don't, but like I don't put enough effort into making sure that my work
It's
goes
being
noticed.
seen. Yeah.
And so I think really my goal before I drop this album, that shit's been ready. It's just I want people to acknowledge it. I don't want
Right.
it to go under the cracks because it's the start. Like I said, new beginnings, in the same way that Gotham is. It's the start of new beginnings. I got shit going on.
And you can't let it go unseen.
No.
You can't. You put too much
Let this
time.
be an avalanche.
You put too much time. You put too much
Exactly.
effort. You got too much love for this project, for the music, that it needs to be seen.
It's art.
by people.
You know what I mean?
You know
Couldn't
what I
be
mean?
better
People
said.
need to. This is dude. Like, there's only
Snowball top of the mountain. Let's
one
get it.
other song.
Right.
There's only one other song by another artist that I could show you later that I would say the world needed to hear this song. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But no, this is a project that I would say the world should hear this project. You know what I mean?
Right. And I've been very, very humble about my music. Like I really, like, even people closest to me, like I don't show them my music too much. I'm not like, hey, close friend, go listen to my shit. It's more like I kind of want, like, if anything, strangers. I want a fan base that knows me off of my
Outside
music.
perspective, yeah.
Right. And so it's important to me that I get that across to like those people specifically.
So, I mean, other than this being kind of like a sorry and you're coming back and this is what to expect from me from here on out kind of thing, like you were saying, what was the motivation for the album? You know what I mean? Like, what point did you get to where you were like, all right, I'm putting the pen down?
What made you elevate?
So I'm not even gonna look, but I want to say like 25, 30 songs
Oh,
just in the
Jesus.
year that I had been gone. And like the whole plan is, right, you're on the music game, you're dropping, you're consistent. But after having been gone for that year, when I come back, all of a sudden I got like 25 songs I need to release. And some of them are bangers, some of them were trash. I ended up throwing some away, but like really the biggest motivation to drop it was like, I want to start a new beginning. I can't let this shit just get swept
Hold
under
you
the rug,
back
though,
or
right?
anything,
I
right.
got, I mean, like you heard a couple sneak peeks.
Yeah.
Like there's some shit worth listening to, and I lost my train of thought when I was talking about being humble about it. But like I'm usually not the type of person to be like, oh, this shit's fire, talking about my music.
I
Like,
don't do that either
I like
with
to
my
drop
music.
it and be like, hey, you listen to it, you tell me what you think. I don't care. But like,
Yeah.
I genuinely feel like if there's anything in my discography that you need to listen to, I would say this is a good demonstration of who I am, and that's why the track or the project is titled Easy, because there's some depth to it. There's some bangers on there as well, but it's really just, it is a little bit of a deeper album, and
that's
it defines me. And so that was the motivation, was to find out of all the tracks that I had round up, like pick my good shit, put it out there, and show them who Easy is.
So
Listen to
that?
this. You know
So
what I
for
mean?
anybody that has never heard any of your music before, would you say that this album is basically, here is easy, and this is what you know. What I mean, does this encompass
is
you
easy
and
on
all
a-
your talents? You know what I mean? Like,
So not all of them, unfortunately. And the reason that is I like to keep albums similar in sound and vibe.
Oh, it makes sense. Right.
Right.
Consistency.
Right. I would say me as a person, like on a deeper level, it's easy. It's a good summary
That's
of
hard.
who I am. There's definitely, though, if you are interested after hearing that, there's some other tapes and shit. I do want to mention Who You Bank With. Me and my brother Osav dropped a project, not a track. And that's like a whole different ball game, because Easy, it's very like deep and it's serious music, and it's a little more boom bap and like a little bit of that back east
that's
stuff.
hard. Right.
But also we got some fire beats on there. And Who You Bank With
Kind of got me excited. Yeah.
is just
good
like
cat.
straight trap, fucking around, like
Yeah.
not at all serious music, just like going about
Just having
that
fun.
sound and like
Yeah.
rapping on Detroit beats and stuff with my
Right.
brother. And so like,
That's hard.
I don't know. If you like this, go listen to other shit, because I'm not only what you hear in my
Just
project.
this,
You know what I
right,
mean? There's
right.
definitely other things. But as far as me as a person, I think it encloses it pretty well.
You're versatile.
Yeah.
well,
Feel
dude,
me?
I'm really excited.
What's up?
I was excited to hear it even before you had sent me, you know,
Right.
the link and all that. But no, when I heard it, I was like, "Yo, okay, this dude is back," like you were saying,
Yeah.
Right.
Because
Back in better.
I didn't really notice
better.
you being gone, but I kind of did have that
You notice
feeling
when
like,
I'm back, though. You know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. I didn't notice you were gone until you started posting again.
Right.
That's you said that perfect. That was a good. I like that. That might be the title of this freaking out episode.
I
That's
dig it.
hard. But yeah, no, like, dude, I did not realize what we were missing out on until you started
Right.
coming back. And I don't know
Feel
if
that.
you want to show Zay at some point, but this is something to listen to. It really is. And
I'll send you the link.
You know what I'm saying?
My bad.
You got me hyped. Like, real
My
talk.
bad.
Real talk.
So-
I swear to God, I will listen to that.
y'all
Today.
heard it just now from ours. This thing is ready, locked and loaded to drop at any moment.
As humbly as I can say this, I just think it's worth taking a listen to. So I'll leave it up to you guys. Whenever you want it to drop, whenever you want to hear it, that's when I want to put it out. And that's the biggest thing. Whenever
Hard.
people want to hear it, whenever I see numbers of people being like, yeah, hell yeah, comment on the reels, like the
Right,
reels, you
right.
know what I mean? Like, show me that I should drop this shit. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and this is the Underrated AF podcast. You know what I'm saying? I like to shine light on things that I think are truly underrated, and this is something. Yo, I'm gonna
Illuminate it.
I'm gonna do it. You ready?
Illuminated.
do it.
This album isn't even out yet, but I'm already ready to put the Bliss co-sign of approval on it.
Hard.
Hell yeah.
This is an Arizona project that is legit underrated AF.
You heard it. That means a lot.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
me, too.
yeah, I had to
Oh, yeah.
listen.
For
Swear to
real,
God.
like
Swear to God.
I will not sit here and lie through my teeth about music. I will not. You know what I'm saying?
You just
Right.
light through your eyes.
Maybe a little bit for snot. No, just kidding.
Yeah.
No, I did kind of like snot. But,
Yeah, man. You like
no,
it?
but
No.
yes, I'm excited. I heard it already.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So this isn't coming from
That's lit.
I heard one or two songs and skipped one. No, I heard this shit.
I appreciate
You know what I'm saying? Because this
hard.
is ours. This is the dude that gave me a feature when he knew nothing about me. He just heard the
I'm
track.
pretty sure you gave me a feature, by the way. You mentioned that earlier, and I wasn't going to correct you because you were on a roll, but I'm pretty sure I texted you and was like, yo, let me get on some shit.
Did you
Because
really?
you sent me Old Worn Chucks, and then you sent me some other shit. And
I
if
had
I-
like 4 songs ready to go.
And if
Yeah.
you hit me for a feature, I wouldn't have even had those other ones because we only did the one. But I was like, yo, let me get on a track with you, and you were like, all right, here's some things that I got going right now. And I even think I took my sweet time.
Shit, I was giving
My
you-
bad.
I was
hit
giving
like,
you
yo,
all the
my
credit.
bad. I got this back to you. Like, you still down with this? You were like, hell yeah. But yeah, I'm
Hard.
pretty sure I
Yo,
texted
hard.
you and was like, let me get that feature.
I was giving him all the credit, but the feeling is mutual. He hit me
thank you
up,
for
I
mentioning
guess. Yes, of
Dude,
course.
that
yeah.
music video was so hard. Like, not even gonna
I
lie,
loved it.
bro. Like,
Hey, we don't gotta get
you
into.
brought such a cool vibe to it, and it was really cool just to see.
I
like, in
appreciate it.
person.
And I love doing shit
I
like
will
that.
say, Old Worn Chucks. Numbers aren't important, but it's
It
got
did
the
good.
most plays
It did good.
on for a video.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
I'm proud of that song. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'm proud of it too.
I got ours on the track. We did our thing. You know, we got.
It was a
Core.
whole vibe.
Shout out Core
Real
for
talk.
doing the video. He put it. He made a banger out of the video. It was a good, like, you know, when things come together at the right moment.
Right.
Like, I feel like that was something.
It was a banger.
For me, it was the whole album. Like, Zay could
Right.
speak to that. That
Right.
wasn't even in the plan to make that album, but yeah, that song specifically came together. This is the only video I did to that album.
Really?
What's
Yeah.
up?
I was supposed to do more, but that speaks to how much I liked that song. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, that song needs
This
a
is
video.
the staple.
You know what I mean?
appreciate that shit.
So hard. I appreciate it again for hitting me with that verse in a pretty timely manner, actually.
Was it?
Wasn't it like
I think you flipped it quick.
overnight or no?
Dude, it was either, if it wasn't overnight, then it was like after a while. Cause I'll do that, like I'll feel.
I'm dead. No, I sent it to you, and then you were in the middle of moving or something. But the next time I messaged you about it, you hit it to me the next day, because I asked you. Remember?
Right.
Yeah.
That sounds right.
Because I was like, hey, no rush. You know, you got that feature, you know, coming in, and then I legit think the next day you sent it to me. I think that might have been. Let's roll with that story, because that's
I
story.
hope so,
so.
'cause otherwise I'm fucked off, bro, and that's my bad.
No, but regardless, it still got there to where it needed to get to,
Bro.
and you shined.
One of the songs on the project that I'm dropping with Jamal Streeter.
Easy?
Easy.
Is that
Do you know
song
what
number
that is?
2?
Yes. You fuck with that shit?
Yeah, I don't know if to talk about it or not. But
I leaked it on TikTok.
lit.
TikTok, if you go to my TikTok, I only have like 6 followers on there, but I've been, like I said, kind of just practicing dropping content.
Yo, that feature you got on there, he did his thing.
Jamal Streeter is a dope ass artist. He's from
did
El
his
Paso,
thing. I'll give him
Texas,
that.
if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, he hit me, or no, I hit him. He's fire. I hit him up for a feature. It was that song. He sent it to me, and then I disappeared for that year. And I came back after the year, and he was like, dude, I'm so sorry, but like, I got that track if you still want to do it. And he was like, that shit's tough. But like, I'm telling you, like, it really fucked me up being gone, because like, it was, I don't know, like shit like that, where I reach out to Jamal and I feel like I've lost an opportunity because you heard that song. That shit, like, imagine if he was like, yeah, no, I already got that done. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I know
that
what you
shit would have
mean.
broke my heart.
Yeah.
But nah, like, it was, I don't know. I've definitely, it threw a wrench in things.
I believe
You
in
need
like
a perspective.
Right.
And so now you came back refreshed with the perspective. Now you grown.
Right.
I really believe in like things are meant to be.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So
I love saying that.
trust me, it was meant to be, because it happened. You know what I mean? And if it ended up being used somewhere else, like whatever.
It was meant to be.
But
Right.
no, you got it put together. You made it happen.
Right.
Right.
And
Flowers. Feel me?
it's here on your comeback.
Excited to hear.
You know, whatever you want to call it, like after your break. Like,
Right.
I'm excited for everybody to hear this
Your
album.
hiatus.
I need it too.
I'm
Hiatus.
also as excited to see how you're gonna, because remember how you were saying that you want it to be seen. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's the goal.
I'm equally as excited to see how you're gonna go about, I guess, the marketing. You know, for the album.
Presenting it,
I'm
yeah.
just as curious as you are, bro. Like, I think I've demonstrated that I'm not the strongest in marketing, and that's
Wait,
Who
no.
really is until you really dive into it, though. You feel me?
exactly. But no, I'm
This is your
practicing.
chance.
I'm trying to.
Bullshit. You're
Seriously.
on this pod right now, and you already know we're gonna run
That's
up a
because
video.
you're good at this shit.
I'm dead.
That's because you're good at this shit.
No,
and Quixie's good at that shit. and so he
agreed.
gets-
You came out here and said, "Let's
That
run
is
it."
true.
I'm
You did,
excited.
yeah. Oh, God.
You knew damn well you had a project coming out pretty soon, and everything's coming together, and it's gonna be dope. 'Cause
I'm working on getting better. I'll say that.
Okay, always, I'll agree with that. Okay, well,
We love
always
elevation,
working
baby.
on being better. I always say, if I don't noticeably see myself getting better and better in my music,
Right.
I'm not gonna do it. Like, if I'm just literally just doing the same thing, not getting better at rapping, not getting better performing on the mic, it's like boring. I don't know, it's boring for me.
That's honestly how I feel it's been for like up until this turning point of being like, fuck it, I gotta do something else. Cause you can only be so
That's a good perspective.
content with yourself until I get to the point where I look back on the last however many years. And even if I'm a good rapper, right? Even if the last 25 songs, like I said, if I've got bangers, it doesn't matter if I'm not promoting them, or if I'm not doing shows, or if I'm not posting content on Instagram. And like I said, like for the longest time, I've always just kind of like snuck shit out there. And that's my biggest holdup with like posting this project, is being like, look, I kind of don't want to do that anymore. Like I need that next step, that step in the next direction to do something.
This is an album, and I need to actually like put it out like an album, right? Like
I need to make it worth something.
Right.
Oh, speaking on that real quick, is this your first like project, or do you have mixtapes and stuff out? Just like for the people, you know.
I've got mixtapes and albums and projects dating back to probably like 8th grade.
Holy moly!
Whether they're good or not, I think
is up for debate.
Like if you like all like seriousness, if you actually give a fuck about me, because I respectfully don't have fans. But I do know that I've got a few people out there who like definitely fuck with me on a fan level, on a friend level, who would actually care to go listen to some of my older stuff.
Right.
It's cool to listen to. I'm not saying it's good, but I do have projects from when I was like a little kid.
Just seeing,
length albums that even
cool.
if they're not like, you can obviously tell this is like a 14-year-old rapping, right? It's still kind of cool if you give a fuck. So I'll leave that there. If you give a fuck, on my SoundCloud, I've got my whole discography. I've always kind of kept it like that. I like SoundCloud. It's cool.
Dope.
It's low key, not official. Like you just throw it on there. But
I think people will give a fuck, because seeing what you're about to drop, they're gonna be like, "Yo, was he always this good?" You know what I'm saying?
The answer
and be
is
like,
no. But if you want to hear it, that's what I'm saying. If you give a fuck, it's cool. Not saying it's gonna be tight, but it is kind of cool.
Right. I'm a fan. I want to check this shit out.
That.
Where could I find it? Like
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud.
Let me fact check that, because you can private shit on SoundCloud. I've never
I
deleted
got you,
anything.
I got
I've
you.
always just privated the song if I didn't want it up there.
If you
anymore.
really
Makes
wanted
sense.
people to hear it, it's a possibility.
It is possible. It should be on there. I'll check that
Alright.
for sure. But
So what do we got to search on SoundCloud, just so,
I think it's just Arze.
just in case?
I think it's just Arze Rellim or Lil Easy. You could probably look up Arze Rellim Phoenix.
Boom. Okay.
I don't know if you can see that, but yeah, it's on there. Damn.
So I don't even know how to put a topper on that, but like what is like the last thing you could say to really sum up your next album?
Next, or this one that I'm the Easy project.
So the Easy project.
That's your next one. Kill it.
Like what, you know what I mean? I don't even know how to like
Yeah.
I was gonna say there is
Yeah.
no way to put a topper on it. It's just like I've been out for a minute. I've got a lot of projects, like I said, whether they're good or not, that I have been working on. I've been dropping singles, and everything I've been doing really is just like little motion. And so if there's anything I really have to say about this next album, it's that I'm ready to take the step up. And I think being here on this podcast shows that. I think you seeing me drop a reel, when the last time you see me on camera was I was actually doing the music video with you, or at the show. Like, it's just, you see me making reels, you see me on a podcast. Like,
there's activity happening.
not even related to the album, but like that's how I'm coming from now
Yeah.
on. You know what I mean? I'm on podcasts, I'm on reels, I'm not just dropping bullshit on my Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
You're not isolated. You're more open.
You're really calculated with your posts too. Like you don't just randomly put anything up most
Right.
of the time. It's like if
I don't put anything up unless it's worth being there. But I think
Feel that.
that's a good way to summarize it. This is how I'm coming, whether that be the album, future projects, singles, anything like that. I'm on podcasts, I'm on reels, I'm doing shit in CapCut on my phone, trying to be
Improve.
a little more. I'm just trying to take the next step.
Yeah.
Been doing that low key shit for too long.
It's cool because you're doing it. And I
Right.
think a lot of what people like fans of rap and stuff, they get like lost in this like oh, is he a rapper? Oh, he's trying to make it.
Right.
Oh, should I be a fan? Like, you know what I mean? I think the fact of the matter is when they see somebody presenting themselves as you do, you know what I mean, taking your craft serious, the way you post is genuine and it always looks like ours. You know what I'm saying? This is something that people they don't have to deal with all that like, oh, this is another rapper. No, they could just get straight to the point. Oh, he can rap.
Right.
Oh, this sounds good. He's doing it. He's taking it serious. Whoa, there's content coming out. You know what I mean? Like this is some real shit.
I was gonna say my goal probably within like a year's time. I'll just give it that, not by the end of this year, beginning, just within a year, 365 days from now. I want you to be able to go on my Instagram, see a following, see quality posts, see some reels, see a project, and no matter what the opinion is, he's decent at least. Because I think with my last project or just singles that I've dropped, it's kind of up for like 50-50, like, I fuck with it or maybe I don't fuck with it. But my goal is for you to look at my media and be like, okay, he's got motion. There's professionalism here. There's something going on that's not just somebody who posts something on Instagram once in a while.
Feel that.
And that's really where I'm trying to be.
Right.
There's something here.
You know how you could tell when somebody's being an actor versus it's really that person?
Right.
Yo, that's what you got. You're
Genuinity.
genuine.
Right.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna say something too.
Thank
You're
you.
good at that. Yeah, it's the authenticity of what you're doing.
Right.
Like, and I think that's something that you should be proud of, for real.
I am.
You know what I mean? Like,
It feels good.
I
Yeah,
like,
you know what I mean?
dude, I
It's a
latch
worry-free
on.
life.
Real talk.
I latch on to like real shit. You know, it's like if I see something if it throws me off, you know what I mean, then I just can't.
What
do
that
it.
is?
Like, I don't know. Like I'm gonna start doing interviews randomly for the pod to help out the people that want to be on the pod.
That's an excellent idea.
Yeah, and because I mean, unfortunately, like not everybody can be underrated as fuck, and it's difficult to find
Right.
people that are.
Truly underrated.
Yes,
I think I'll talk to you later.
but yeah, I do have in the inbox, people that, how could I get on the show? And it's a bunch of people, and I'm not trying to knock anybody.
Right,
I just
right.
only have a certain amount of episodes
Right.
a month, and I mean, I can only pick from a certain amount of pool of people, you know what
Right.
I mean? But yeah, dude, yeah. Though cosign, if I can give you the Bliss
It's an honor to be here.
underrated as fuck cosign, if I could like give anybody some sort of like advice on what kind of music to listen to coming out of Arizona, I'm gonna have to give the flowers to my
I
boy Arze
appreciate
Rellim.
that.
Real talk.
I appreciate that.
Yes, sir. Yes,
It
sir.
I'm really
is
looking
an
forward to
honor
listening
be
to your
here.
album.
I'm trying to push your ego, man.
You're
Like,
helping
yeah,
me. This
you're-
is what I was talking about.
you're-
Like, you're
that
helping
flame,
me
baby.
take that next step. You're helping me be
the reason why I'm
somebody.
doing
You're my
that
support
is
group.
the
Right.
reason why I'm doing that is because I know you're humble. I know you're coming from just oh yeah, I love this. I'm putting it out.
Right.
Oh, I'm gonna put more
all
work into
love.
it. But I'm gonna be that guy in your corner that's gonna tell you, dude, go. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yo, this is dope. Do that shit. Yo, that was hard. I'm gonna be that guy
Right.
in your corner. And Zay, I'm sure Zay's there too. With
Oh
me.
yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm lit. Let's get it.
Thank you, Zay.
All right, so great. Yo, I'm glad we had the opportunity to talk about your next project, which is super underrated. We got into your artistry, your artist name, your
That's
beginnings.
lit, dude. I'm really excited to see that.
I'm excited to see how it turns out.
Yeah.
Just giving it this much effort.
Yeah.
See what happens.
Hey, it already turned out great.
Right.
I'm telling you.
That's true. That's true.
Now we just got to figure out how to get
Shove it in
everybody to
people's
listen
faces.
to it. You know what I mean? Like,
That's kind of the goal.
yeah. So other than all the music and all that, I want to give the people a little bit of an opportunity to get to know you as far as your thought process. Dope.
What's Lil Easy doing?
Let's do it.
Okay, so these questions, I mean, some of them might be like an easy, quick answer. Some of them you might actually have a deep thought, but just whatever comes to mind, And he didn't get these questions ahead of time to prepare. These are different, hard.
That's
Okay,
facts. I ain't get shit.
So let's start with this one. So, what is one of your biggest fears?
Ooh.
Not necessarily as an artist.
No, I know
just-
that.
Yeah.
On some
you.
deep shit,
Yeah.
I think part of like realizing who you are is waking up every single day knowing what your biggest fear is. And my biggest fear is being like everybody else. Whether that be an artist or just a regular
They're just common.
person of society, like I aspire to look back on my life and be like, all right, I didn't
Did
just
this.
work a 9 to 5. I didn't just be him. I didn't just be average Joe. Like I want to be able to look and be like, well, at least I got this going for me, or at least I used to do a podcast with, you know, the homie Brandon,
I'm
and we used
dead.
to be on here. Like, at least I got to be an artist for a little bit. At
Right.
least I tried. Like, my greatest fear is looking back at my life and being like, damn, like, I'm still fucking nobody. And I did nothing.
You were just like another number or something, right?
Basically.
Wow, yeah. I mean, I can relate to that 100%. 100%.
Other than that, that's it. Fear nothing.
My biggest fear is getting old, not have done the things I wanted to do in life. That's
Basically,
I think that's
yeah.
pretty much
Yeah.
my biggest fear. That's kind of almost kind of like what you were saying right there.
That's basically it, yeah. Just
Imagine
getting,
living
like,
your life and you were just like any other person.
fast
That's-
forwarding
yeah.
to being older and being like, damn, I just kind of fucked it all up, you know?
Yeah.
Hey, that ain't us. Let me tell
You
you,
feel
that ain't us.
You feel.
I'm doing my best to make
That's
it.
all we
work.
can do, baby. That's how we can do.
So this next question, do you have kids?
No.
Okay, so we'll see how this goes because the last couple guests have had kids.
Really?
So this will be a cool like perspective
Okay.
answer. So if you could only save one of them, are you gonna save your mom, your wife, or your daughter?
Or son.
Is this assuming that I have a kid or
Boom.
is this? Yeah?
Yeah.
How old is the kid?
I'm
Five.
5?
5.
It's like, okay, that's fucked up.
You said, how old is this motherfucker?
Because if he's like 2, you know what I'm saying? He ain't. No, I'm just playing.
Like, off of, this is fucked up. Off of principle, I have to save the kid, I think.
No. We're not doing principle. We want to do what you choosing.
I would go off principle.
Okay. Sure.
And the reason I say that is because my mom done lived a good life. My wife grown. I mean, you know,
You
the
lived a
whole
good life up until here.
like, you know, women and children,
Yeah.
you prioritize like, oh, don't kill the kids, right?
Right.
She's grown. That kid though,
She would
that's a
accept
kid,
that.
You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
I feel like off of principle, you kind of have to operate like that and be like, okay, well, this kid.
That's funny. A lot
It's
of
the
it's,
only option.
you know what? That like statistically, it's usually the kid
Yeah.
that gets saved, and it's usually because like the older person has lived their life.
Right.
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 The wife. It's funny because sometimes the personal answer is something like, if I chose the right partner, we're both gonna agree that we gotta save the kid.
Gotta save the kid.
Right.
So yeah, it's funny, but the kids survive.
As they should.
Always.
Good answer. I think a lot of people
It's the
agree with
future.
that.
You feel me?
Yeah. I think it's one of those things where it just makes sense.
Yeah.
The answer.
So this question, it might dig into your like religious beliefs, but we'll see. What do you think happens when we die?
That's like a hits blunt. And like sit
Little
back in
bit.
the chair, like.
Hey, what you think?
No, it's crazy because I think about it sometimes. Like, it's hard. The best way I can put it, it's hard to imagine being unconscious when you've been conscious. In the sense of like,
Or do you become more conscious?
well,
You know what I mean?
You're like making them think when
Yeah, like that.
we're
it's
trying
just
to get
okay. Like
his answer.
our
I'm good.
entire life, literally since the moment we come out the womb, unless
This
there's
is
some
what we
science
know.
shit that I'm not aware of,
Right.
we've got a conscience. Now, assuming that when you die, the belief of being like, oh, you're just dead and that's it, right? No heaven or hell. That is the hardest thing to imagine because going your whole life having a
Being
brain
aware,
that functions,
right.
being aware, it's literally impossible to imagine not.
I'm not
For it
present.
to just be nothing,
Yeah.
just flesh. And it's just, I don't know. I don't know.
You know,
That's an answer too.
you know who gave probably the best answer that I could kind of agree with and understand? It was Neil deGrasse Tyson. And he's a scientist, right? Whatever. This
Right.
was his answer. He said, imagine what life was before you were born. He said, that's what it's like after you die. Not being conscious.
That's exactly, and that's the whole thing. That's exactly
yeah,
what
that's
I believe.
exactly
know.
what you were saying.
But it is impossible to imagine.
Right.
Right.
Is that a self-centered thing? It has to be, right?
So
Like
is
Loki?
it safe to say that you don't really believe in a heaven or hell? Is that
I believe that nobody knows what the fuck they're talking about when it comes to that.
I can-
I like that.
I believe in God, not to the degree of like heaven and hell. Like I don't read the Bible, I don't go to church. I do believe like if there's a higher power, He's got it.
Yeah.
But I also strongly believe that nobody really has any idea
I don't like cults.
I don't like cults. I don't like I don't choose. I'm not gonna get kind of like you said earlier. Like I don't talk about religion,
Right.
whether I'm on air or not. Like it's just I don't know. It's what you believe.
You just don't do yeah.
And yeah, I think religion or not, there is zero answer because once you die,
you're
that's
right.
it.
And
That's it.
you know, you're
You only
right,
get the one
100%. And that's why they call it having a faith, because
Yeah.
a faith
Right.
is literally believing in something that
You'll never find out.
prove.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I like that you speak the facts, and
That's hard.
I could stand on that too.
Yeah.
Hard.
That was hard. What's up?
Thank you.
So sometimes I skip over this question, but I think you can give me a genuine answer. So, so do you think you're honest with yourself?
As much as I can be.
Hard. I knew. I had a
I
feeling
think
you were just
everyone,
gonna be like,
no
yeah.
matter who it is, tells himself lies, just to make themselves feel better.
So you don't
or-
gaslight yourself.
Nah. I'm a very, very realistic thinker, and a lot of people can confuse
that.
that with being pessimistic, because sometimes the realistic
Is
way
it
about
all
it
sunshine
isn't.
and
Okay, yeah.
rainbows, right?
Right.
So I'm as honest as I can be, but I do think I don't know, sometimes even the most honest and realistic thinking people avoid looking shit in the eye. That shit that
Yeah,
hits you
feel that.
sometimes, but
Yeah.
Yo, we're on the same boat.
right.
Like we look at what the facts are and kind of just
What we're given.
base it off of that. Like we don't do a whole lot into reaching into theories and stuff that we can't prove. Like, you know what I mean? Stuff that we can't prove, like the religious
Right.
stuff. Like we're kind of yo, if I could prove it, if I could do the math, if I could you know what I mean? If it makes sense, it makes sense.
Right.
I don't know.
1 + 1
I like
is
that was a
2.
good answer.
Thank you.
What's up?
And I kind of knew it was gonna be a yes, because you are pretty honest with yourself. So.
I would say so.
But not gonna
Yeah.
lie, I kind of skip over that question for. I don't know. It's not for everybody.
Right. I
Question.
don't understand that.
I don't want people to be throwing themselves under the boat and stuff. Okay, so you're not married, are you?
Nah, I wear this because I like what it represents. I have a girlfriend, but
Got you. Okay.
Not
Oh,
yet,
that's
no.
hard.
Yes.
So on that topic, do you think there's such thing as a soulmate? And I'm talking about born into this world, meant to
Nah.
be for somebody.
I don't think so. I think it's cute to be oh, you're my soulmate, but I
Yeah.
think because one thing I've got an interesting perspective on love and shit like that, and I think no matter what you want to believe, there is no this is the one for me, in the sense of God put this person here to be with me. More so, you become so attached to somebody and you grow to love them, in the sense, not to make it weird,
No, right.
but in the sense of having a child, almost kind of you love your child no matter what.
Right.
I think when you really find your soulmate, it's just somebody that you love no matter what.
Boundless, limitless love.
I got you. So
Exactly.
So would you agree then to kind of make that make sense? Would you agree that
Yo, what the fuck did you just...
I'm dead to clarify that?
More so just I think people like to use the term soulmate because it's
You
easier
can
to
make
understand.
anybody could
understand,
potentially be a soulmate.
Right.
Would that be
it's just
a good
more
way to say
so it's the most caveman-y realistic perspective of saying it is, do you get along? Do you love this person? Do you guys, even if you don't have things in common, do you go well together? And I think people say soulmate because it's easy, it's a concept.
I know.
It's an idea.
People like
And so
people
when
like that
people
stuff.
say soulmate, they're oh, okay, I get the general gist of that. But really, I think that's what it is. It's that person that you just so happen to connect with so well, and it works out like that.
Yeah.
And that's just it.
Yeah, shout
Trials
out,
and tribulations.
shout out wifey or
Shout out wifey,
girlfriend.
Shout out
girlfriend,
wife.
soon to be wifey.
Hard.
Okay,
like that shit.
yo, I can't skip any of these questions with you because I kind of got an idea on how you gauge these the questions, because
Right.
that soulmate one kind of
It's a weird question.
low key kind of took me back to the religious question about what happens when you die. You
Right.
kind of have a similar take on where you're at, you know what I mean?
Right.
So
Consistency, baby.
I also don't ask this to everybody, but you're gonna get it. And when was the last time you got really emotional? And it could have been a happy feeling. You know what I mean? It could be you're so genuinely happy about a moment.
just-
you know what I mean?
I think. Hold on.
Dove into it. I know that shit felt good, bro.
Hell yeah. Looking like this the whole time.
Yeah.
I'm about to turn my chair like this.
That's how I too, dog.
Okay, I remember. Emotional for me just means like sad. I'm usually happy most of the time.
Hard.
Actually, at first I used to think I was like numb and like like I'm just like I don't get sad like that or blah blah blah. But
Right.
now I think I've realized I'm just like actually happy.
Just very optimistic.
Yeah, I think I'm just
like that.
just
That's
cool.
good. That's good.
It took me a second to admit like, oh wait,
You're like, wait,
cool.
I'm not feeling sad, so
Yeah,
I
I'm
must
not
be numb
fucked up.
right
I'm
now.
just all right.
fucked up.
Yeah, but no, the last time I got like sad, emotional, I think I was actually explaining to my girl. My brother moved away for college, and I grew up with him
Younger
my
brother?
whole life. Same age.
Same. Oh, okay.
Yeah. Shout out D-Lo if you're listening. He moved away for college. Really proud of him. But when you grow up with somebody like that, and we both came from the kind of life, obviously growing up together,
Right.
of like not having a lot, not having a plan, like kind of just only having each other. And so it was really hard. Like it was all types of tears the first time he went away. And
Right.
he comes back every year for summer and shit, and we get to see each other. And I was trying to explain to my girl one of my biggest fears at that time of like, I woke up every day, not every day, let me rephrase this. When I said goodbye to my brother when he went back to college, in my head, I genuinely didn't know if I was ever going to see him again. And like, just because like shit comes back around sometimes, you never know
Right.
how long you're going to be around for. And
Oh,
so
I feel
like,
that.
yeah.
Okay.
it's one of those things where it's like, I give him a hug and it's like, that might be the last time I see you.
Potentially.
And I was telling her like people, one of the saddest things and kind of like fears for me, like we were talking about earlier, is like
Realizing
people
too
got to
late.
grow up, like life moves on. And it's hard to accept that one of these days, whether it's through death or just life moving on, that I'm going to give my brother a hug, send him off to college. It's going to be the last time I see him. Whether I
That just had to be a
Right.
realization.
whether
for
he
you,
dies or
yeah.
whether, you know, motherfucker has kids and
And-
makes something for himself out
And that's
there.
facing the realities of life,
It's
right?
a
So
hard
that's not
reality.
even like you're being negative. That's just your.
It's a hard reality.
But even if he did meet somebody out there and he did have kids, I'm not saying, or you're not saying that you wouldn't go out there and go see him, or he
Right.
would come back and not see you.
Right,
Okay,
it's
yeah.
just the
Just-
fact that it's
yeah.
not waking up and being like morning every day. You
Right,
know what I mean?
right.
Or spending like, yo, what you doing? Trying to link, like just being like, oh yeah, you know, D-Log, I haven't seen him in a few years. You know, I heard him and his wife are doing good. Him and his kids, like it's just like in the blink of an eye, life can happen like that.
Distance
You know what I mean?
and time.
Yo, you gotta tell me what his social media is because I'm sending him all these goddamn.
I got
links.
you. He'll
tell
see
him.
him. He'll hear about him. But I had always known that and kind of told myself that, but saying it out loud to her, I just like broke down. Just,
Wait,
like,
he's
straight
still
tears.
here with us, right?
Yeah, no, he's here.
Oh,
alive.
I got you.
Wait,
Okay,
I had
okay.
one more question regarding that. You said the same age. He's not a twin.
No.
Okay, just
Same
quick.
Yo, that would have been a hell of a like.
Yo, that's why I was like,
you got a twin? Like
Yeah.
that would have been a
No,
moment. But he's like roughly your same age.
Yeah, we're
Like-
both 20.
Both 20.
Yeah.
How? So your mom got pregnant like right after,
Half
or?
brother.
Oh, okay, I got you. That explains.
Oh,
it.
that's
It's a
us.
complicated. People love people. Yeah, it's a complicated.
no, but that's hard though.
Yeah.
Like, I prefer a half brother more than a full brother. Like, to be completely honest, like I don't know.
yeah, full
you're-
brothers suck.
You're getting all the
Yeah,
questions.
y'all suck.
You're getting all the questions because I feel like you can give us some real genuine answers.
Sorry, I could see how that was fucking
Yeah.
weird, but not.
No, not weird.
No, yeah, it's not weird.
Okay, so this is a fun kind of question, but what if you knew? It kind of adds to that. Actually, it's like kind of sad, but no, let's be optimistic with this question.
Hold on, wait.
So, if you knew this was going to be your last day on Earth
Okay.
today,
Starting
what's
off
going to
right.
be your meal? What is that last? Everything: drink, plate, dessert. Like what's your meal?
Carne adobada and plate, drink, and dessert.
And dessert.
What drink
So-
are you having with that meal, and then what's that dessert for the topping of that meal?
So I'm doing the red chili, a whole max to drink strawberry banana. It's like one of my favorite drinks.
Hard.
Unless if we're talking alcohol, then like a whiskey or something like that. A dessert.
Is it called Home Max? I used to call it Joe Max. I still call it Joe Max. I swear to God. to
It's
this day.
Home Max.
I'm
It's a
dead.
silent
no, I mean I
Joe.
feel that, but that's funny. My bad. Go ahead.
It is funny though. I call it Jumex sometimes.
You light skinned as hell,
Yeah, dude.
Dessert? Like, I don't know. I've never been a big, probably, okay, cookies and cream ice cream cake. I'm not
There
a
you
big
go.
dessert guy, but if anyone ever is like, what kind of cake do you want? Like, cookies and cream. I like Oreos and shit. So, like,
I'm not a big
Oreos
dessert
are
guy either.
hard.
Low key,
Jeez, I
been
love Oreo.
craving vanilla chocolate mint ice cream.
you know what?
Just like
I
a
think this is
simple-
worth, like, telling the whole world about in case anyone hasn't figured this out yet. But Oreo Thins, the mint ones, taste
Just
exactly
had
like
that.
Thin Mints. And I've been paying $5 a box or whatever the
Yes.
fuck it is for Thin Mints, and I
Yes.
ate one, and it's not like identical, but it's pretty
It's-
fucking
it's
good enough. And
basically
you know
the
what?
same thing,
I
yeah.
could drive to the store and get it whenever I want.
Hard. Yo,
I'm proud of that shit.
Yeah,
I'm a
yeah.
fat kid at heart because
I'm
I'm proud
dead.
of that. Shit. I'll be like,
Thi-
yo, I
this
discovered
guy
something.
sacrificed a whole package of those thin Oreos
Right.
or whatever, knowing he'd have to work harder to lose that weight.
And today I
But
worked that
he
ass off.
knew.
That's right. What are you weighing in at, if you don't mind me asking?
So I got to win at 150 for July 20th.
Really?
Yeah.
What do you have right now?
I started when I was like 167. Yeah, I got to
So
167.
just,
I was like,
what is
whoa.
that? That's light heavyweight?
17 weights? 17 pounds? No, so that would be, I think that's welterweight.
Well,
For kickboxing. It's a little
okay.
yeah, it's a little different. for,
Boxing,
like-
I think that's either middleweight or
I think it's
light
middleweight.
heavyweight.
Yeah.
That's fire.
I think light heavyweight is one.
It's up to 167. if
It's
I'm
up to
not
167.
mistaken.
Yeah.
That's fire. So, and you need to get down to 150?
Yeah, I got to get down to 150, and then my MMA match for August 3rd, I have to get down to 145.
Damn, bro.
Yeah. So I love sweets, so I can't have them for a month. Like, so I'm like, fuck life right now.
But that
sucks.
chocolate shake you get after the fight, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
It's gonna
I
be
can't
hard.
wait.
It's
So tradition, not to dive into me or anything, but tradition-wise, after fights, I love to go to Denny's. to have
Denny's.
Hell yeah.
A chocolate,
Chocolate
milkshake.
That's
Yeah.
fire.
It has to be Denny's.
Everyone's got to have like the cheat day because I know my boss is a bodybuilder actually.
Oh,
and
yeah,
he's
yeah.
on the he's on the same type of shit. Like this motherfucker's got to eat the same meal every day for like 4 months straight.
So
and
right,
then
you
once
when
he
you get
does
that
like a show or
opportunity,
once
yeah.
he hits like a milestone, this motherfucker will be chowing down on some crazy
Fussing.
shit.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
finally, yeah. So I
Yeah.
get that. Me, I don't do that. I just fucking eat whatever I want.
Feel that though.
Stay. Where
Hey,
I'm at.
you got
Looking
good,
good,
genes.
though.
Thank
feel
you.
me?
I've been
Real talk.
170 consistently for the last month now. Like
Oh,
teetering like
hard.
169.7 versus like 170.3 or something.
So how do you
that.
like feeling like that? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I like it. I got
that's
to
right.
I got to a good weight, and then once I decided it was a good fighting weight and just like a good just overall calisthenic weight, I think that's how you say it.
yeah,
I just
calisthenic weight.
boom capped it. Got cut down on the ice cream a little bit, but
Don't we all? I mean, God, that, like,
yeah, that's fire.
All right, bro. So I got one last question for you. It might be one of the people you've mentioned already, but
Okay.
so let's picture this scenario. You're on a stage, right? You're in a room full of people.
Okay, hate it already.
All the people you've ever met in your life.
Oh fuck. Well,
So we're talking friends, family, coworkers, like just
anybody you've
everybody.
ever had an interaction with is in that room.
okay, it's gonna be a lot of people.
So you step up on the stage, you look out of the crowd. Who are you looking for? Who is the person you're looking for to make sure they're there? You know what I mean?
that's a hard one because
Yeah.
it can't be multiple people. I have
No.
to just say one
Yeah.
One
person.
person.
right?
One person. Who is that
And
person?
what I'm performing.
No.
No, this is just like
just
an
looking for
imaginary. You see all the people.
Imaginary scenario, you have nothing but a room full of people that you have an interaction with at some point in your
They don't
life.
necessarily know you're there either. You know
And
what I'm
this
saying?
is okay. So I'm like out of body, like looking
In a
down
way,
on a
somewhat,
room full of
yeah,
people.
somewhat like that. Yeah.
And there's no time frame on this. Like this could be tomorrow, or
Yes.
something like that.
We'll say right now.
Right now.
Your place, let's say this is the stage.
I'm
this
dead.
is
He's
full
like,
of everybody.
well, we kind of got to get an answer right now, not tomorrow. But yeah, right now, you walked up and you see all the people. Who you looking for? To be honest, you could say multiple people if you want. Like this is
If
Because
you're
like there's
realistic, you want to.
obvious people like my family. You know what I mean? I'm trying to see if my mom's or my sister
There
are
you
there,
go,
or my
okay.
brother. But like, I don't know, my girl, my pops. Is it lost people or people that are alive?
no
Anybody and
anybody.
everybody.
Anybody.
Anybody?
Anybody,
Oh,
everybody.
Well, then I'm looking for people that I lost.
Oh,
Just
people
see
that
if
you
they're there.
lost?
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. It's my answer is always my daughter.
See, that's a good one, but I don't have nobody in my life like that.
You got a dog?
Like my girl, yeah, a dog.
Yeah. Huh.
I mean, he's got 2 dogs, right here.
Hell yeah.
So it would be. You said your lost ones
Yeah.
or your loved ones. What was that answer?
I did love them, but yeah, lost one. Not because they're so particularly like I'm not caught up on that. I understand life moves on.
They're just
But-
important.
But if I could see,
One last
like
time.
I don't know how to explain it. If
Nice
I could
little send-off.
see them, you
Yeah.
know what I mean? If they're a room of everyone I've ever met, dead, alive, moved states, whatever,
all that.
yeah, it'd be kind of cool.
Hard.
See them
dope.
standing
I like
up,
that,
you know
and
what I mean?
I'm sure you can see it right now. Maybe
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
That's tight.
Yeah.
I'm glad I could give you that
Oh.
moment.
Hell yeah.
All right, man. So we're gonna go ahead and wrap this up. Is there anything you want to say that you didn't get a chance to say in this pod so far?
I don't think nothing I didn't get a chance to say. I appreciate you having me here. I'm glad that I got to shout out the project and the people that helped me get
Hey,
here.
we're
as well
honored
as, like,
to-
Appreciate you
myself a
being
little
here.
bit,
To
yeah.
talk about it for the first, I don't know, is this the first time you speak about it?
This is the first time I've spoken about anything. I mean,
Hard.
I've only done one other interview, and that was after the show by AZ.
Oh, nice.
Oh, right
Yeah.
outside. Yeah.
And I was like caught off guard, and I don't think it went
It
well.
was
and,
very
like,
caught off guard.
It was
even for
it
me.
was like fucking.
They're just like, yo, come to the side. We're like, oh shit, what's going on? Phone.
Yeah.
Hey, who are y'all? Wait, what's going on?
So yeah, this is really the first experience where I get to sit down in like a controlled environment and just talk about shit, and
That's
it's
hard.
cool.
Hard. Well,
I appreciate the opportunity.
me and Zay speak for the pod, and it's an honor to be able to talk about what you got coming up in the future.
Right.
I can't wait till you officially release this project. 'Cause
Right.
I liked what I heard. You know what I'm
Thank
saying? That's
I'm looking very much forward to
I'm gonna
listening
send it to you
Yeah,
after.
like, dude, like, I'm trying to tell you.
and where could the people find you?
Right now, Instagram. I think that's the main portfolio. Lil 16 Easy on IG.
And if anybody wanted to kind of connect with you, even have a conversation with you, is it open? Is it
Direct
free game?
message, yeah.
Just hit you up.
I'm not nobody famous. I'm just regular
Cheers.
person. You feel me?
So shout your Instagram handle real quick. I'm gonna tag it in the descriptions and all that. But
It's Lil 16 Easy, like LIL16
LIL16 easy,
Yeah.
hard. All right,
If
y'all.
you
well,
look like Arze Rellim or Lil Easy, it should
Oh, pop up. Yeah.
pop up. Yeah.
Yeah.
yo, and if you're
Got a little
following
bit
Bliss
going.
or Mighty, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Hit the friends
It'll
list.
Come
Go
up. It'll
ahead.
come up.
Homies there. So yeah, it's been an honor to have you on the pod.
That's hard.
Hell yeah.
Proud to be
dope.
able to co-sign your album.
Yes.
And that's, I mean, I don't want it to end, but at some
But
point,
it's got to end at some point.
we got to get to
Life
the end
goes
of
on.
this. But you know what? That's a cool moment to really take that into perspective and appreciate the moments like this.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I
right.
mean? Because people aren't here forever.
That's true.
Moments are
Moments aren't here forever. That's why they're called moments. So yeah, we're living in it right now. And we can't wait to see y'all next week for episode 27 of the Underrated AF podcast.
It's gonna be tight.
boom.
I'm
My
glad that
God.
I'm glad I came through. This shit was tight.
Thank you, Arze Rellim. It's been on.
Arze Rellim.
Peace.